Never ever apply foundation the way you did in your 30s if you want to look fresh and youthful in front of your family, because the same routine that gave you a flawless finish back then is exactly what makes foundation split, go patchy, and settle into every line on your face today. There are 7 reasons this happens, and number 2 is something the makeup industry will never say out loud, because fixing it means you stop buying half the products on the shelf. Then I'm giving you 5 tips for the kind of finish that reads 15 years younger in every family photo. And the very first one is the one thing standing between you and foundation that looks like skin instead of sitting on top of it like a mask. So watch till the very end. Mistake number 7. You're skipping exfoliation and your foundation is grabbing onto dead skin. Picture your cheek under a magnifying mirror. If you haven't gently exfoliated in a week or two, there's a fine layer of dry, flaky skin sitting there, especially around the nose, the chin, and along the jaw. Foundation does not float over that. It grabs it. Every dry patch soaks up pigment and turns darker and rougher than the skin around it, and that's the patchiness you keep noticing in daylight, in the car, in photos taken by a window. Then as the day goes on, those patches lift, and suddenly your base is flaking off in little pieces like old paint on a windowsill. Foundation is honest to a fault. It magnifies whatever surface you give it. Smooth skin in, smooth finish out. Flaky skin in, flaky finish out. A gentle exfoliation 2 or 3 times a week, nothing harsh, nothing scratchy, changes more about your makeup than any expensive brush ever will. But exfoliating won't save you if you're making the next mistake. And almost everyone makes this one before 8 in the morning. Mistake number 6. You're putting foundation on top of wet skincare. I understand the morning rush. Moisturizer on, foundation on, out the door to the kitchen, the kids, the commute. But when you layer foundation over moisturizer that hasn't settled in, you create a slippery film between your skin and your makeup. The foundation never anchors. It slides around all day like it's standing on ice, and by noon it has migrated into the folds around your nose and the lines around your mouth. That's separation, that streaky, broken up look where you can see moisturizer and pigment sitting in different places on your face. The fix costs nothing. Put your skincare on first, then go make your coffee, feed the cat, pick out your earrings. Give it 5 minutes to sink in until your skin feels soft but no longer slick. Then apply your base. Such a small change, and the difference in how long your foundation lasts is honestly a little embarrassing. Now, the next mistake is the sneaky one, because it involves a product you bought specifically to make foundation look better. Mistake number 5. Your primer and your foundation are fighting each other. Here's a scene you might recognize. You apply primer, then foundation, everything looks fine, and 20 minutes later you touch your cheek and little balls of product roll off under your fingertips. That's pilling, and it usually happens when a silicone-based primer meets a water-based foundation, or the other way around. The 2 formulas repel each other like oil and water in a salad dressing, and instead of bonding to your skin, they bond into tiny crumbs. Then women blame their skin or their age, when really it's chemistry happening right on their face. A quick look at the ingredient list tells you what you're working with. Ingredients ending in cone, like dimethicone, near the top of the list means silicone. Water listed first means water-based. Match like with like, or skip primer entirely on the days your skin is behaving. Which brings us to the mistake I see constantly, the one that adds 10 years in a single pass of the sponge. Mistake number 4. You're applying way too much foundation at once. Somewhere along the line, a lot of us decided that more coverage means more youth. So we squeeze out a full pump, spread it edge to edge, and try to erase the whole face in one heavy layer. And for about an hour, under soft bathroom lighting, it looks decent. Then you step into daylight and the whole thing reads cakey. Thick foundation has weight, and weight sinks. It settles into smile lines, gathers in the creases under the eyes, and cracks across the forehead the first time you raise your eyebrows. A heavy base doesn't hide texture on a mature face. It draws a highlighter through it. The finish that actually reads younger is a thin veil of coverage that lets some real skin show through, freckles, a little natural flush, all of it. Skin looks young, paste looks tired. Half the amount applied in a thin layer will do more for you than a full pump ever did. And the way you apply that thin layer matters just as much. Mistake number 3. You're rubbing your foundation instead of pressing it. Watch a woman do her makeup at a department store counter, and you'll usually see the same motion, brush, or sponge swiping back and forth across the cheek like she's painting a fence. All that friction does two things, and both are bad. It pushes the foundation around instead of into the skin, leaving streaks and bare patches, and it lifts up the skincare underneath, which brings back our separation problem from earlier. The motion that works on mature skin is pressing. Take a damp sponge or a dense brush and push the product gently into the skin, rolling and stamping across the face cheek by cheek, like you're pressing a warm cloth onto your skin. Pressed foundation fuses with the surface and becomes part of it. Rubbed foundation sits on top, waiting for an excuse to move. If any of this is sounding painfully familiar, do me a favor and hit subscribe. Because I talk through mature skin and makeup like this every week, and honestly, we're the demographic the beauty industry loves to sell to and hates to actually teach. And speaking of the industry, here comes the one they will never say out loud. Mistake number 2. You're wearing too many products because you were told to. Count the layers on your face on a normal day. Primer, color corrector, foundation, concealer under the eyes, then a bit more on the chin, setting powder, setting spray. That's 6 products stacked up like a layer cake before you've touched blush. Every single layer is another chance for something to move, crack, pill, or crease. And on skin with fine lines, movement is the enemy. Now ask yourself who benefits from you believing you need all 6, not your face. The routine that flatters a 50-year-old face is almost insultingly short. Good skincare, one well-chosen base, concealer only where there's something to conceal, powder only where you truly shine. Every product you remove is a problem you never have to fix at 3 in the afternoon. Fewer layers, fewer places for makeup to collapse. The counters will keep handing you samples of the next miracle layer anyway, because that's the business. You're allowed to smile and say no thank you. And that leaves the number 1 mistake, the one doing quiet damage right under your eyes every single morning. Mistake number 1, you're powdering your whole face like it's still 1995. A lot of us learned makeup in the era of matte everything, when you finished every look by dusting powder from hairline to jaw. On young, bouncy skin, matte can look striking. On mature skin, an all-over matte finish flattens every bit of natural glow and makes the complexion look dusty and dry, like a rose petal pressed in a book. Worse, powder is a setting product, and it sets whatever it lands on, including foundation that has already started sliding into your creases. Powder over the under eye area is how fine lines get carved in and locked down by 10 in the morning. The powdery parched look is one of the fastest ways to add years, and most of us are doing it to ourselves on purpose out of habit with a big fluffy brush. So those are the 7 mistakes. Now let's flip all of it around, because here are the 5 tips that pull the whole face back together. This is where the 15 years come off, and the first one is the big one, the one I told you about at the start. Tip number 1. Stop fighting your foundation and change the formula itself. There is one foundation made for mature skin. It's designed to blur the look of fine lines and smooth the look of texture. It looks natural, never heavy. It's formulated to resist oxidizing, and it's loved by hundreds of women. It is called Luxe, the Luxe color-changing foundation. It adapts toward your own skin tone as you blend, so you're not gambling on a shade under store lighting and watching it turn orange by dinner. It isn't in stores yet, but right now it's the number 1 foundation on Amazon. You can find it on Amazon by searching Luxe Foundation, or by clicking the link in the description below this video. If it's gone, it's gone. And you can imagine the results looking something like this. Results may vary, of course, every face is its own story. Now, even the right foundation deserves the right hands. So the next 4 tips are how you make it perform. Tip number 2, prep your skin like the makeup is optional. The most youthful bases start with skin that already looks a little dewy and alive on its own. After cleansing, layer a hydrating toner or essence, then your moisturizer, and let everything settle while you do your hair. You're aiming for skin that feels bouncy and looks faintly glowy in the mirror before a drop of foundation touches it. When the canvas is plump, foundation has almost nothing to sink into. When the canvas is dry, it finds every line within the hour. Tip number 3. Go sheer all over, then spot conceal. Instead of one heavy blanket of coverage, apply a thin sheer layer of foundation across the whole face. Then take concealer only to the specific spots that bother you. A dark mark on the cheek, redness around the nose, the shadows at the inner corner of the eye. From across the dinner table, that reads as naturally good skin, and naturally good skin reads young. Full coverage everywhere reads as makeup, and heavy makeup on a mature face always reads older, never younger. Tip number 4. Powder the center of the face only. Take a small brush, not the big fluffy one, and press a whisper of powder down the center of the T-zone, The forehead, the sides of the nose, the chin. Leave the cheeks, the temples, and the under eye area glowing. That contrast matte where you shine and luminous everywhere else is one of the oldest tricks for a fresh, younger looking face, and it costs you nothing but restraint. Tip number 5, warm it, press it, mist it. Put your foundation on the back of your hand for a few seconds so it warms up and loosens, then press it in with a damp sponge, the way we talked about. When you're done, finish with a light face mist from about arm's length. The mist melts all the layers together so nothing on your face looks like powder or paste anymore. It just looks like skin on a very good day. One more thing before you go. If you comment the word secret below, I'll send you one more secret step for mature skin that may help your makeup last 12 hours or more. Just make sure you're subscribed because if you're not, I can't reach you. Fix the 7 mistakes, follow the 5 tips, and give it one honest week. Then take a photo by the window in the afternoon light and compare it to how your face used to look at 3 o'clock. I think you'll be a little annoyed nobody told you this sooner. The Luxe link is in the description whenever you're ready. Take care of that lovely face.